some corn. Got greens in there, kale, lettuce, shallots, collards, capsicums, and I've tried planting some zucchinis in here because the fruit fly have been getting into them as well. I've taken down a number of my breeding stock quail. Just didn't need that many. I've been replacing them with the bigger ones from the ones that I've been hatching. They're still going pretty good, and chooks are in there. I've got this little temporary fence just to keep the ducks out away from my compost pile after what happened. We had our first Florida Gold peaches this year. They were delicious. These other two peaches, White Opal, Tropic Beauty, didn't fruit. This Nectarine Sunbob, we had a fair few off here as well. They were really good. And I've started planting out figs that I took from cuttings in wintertime off Diane. St. Dominic's Violet, Black Genoa. I've got a Yellow Excel and a Preston Prolific to plant out. The Red Chondria, we've picked a few off this already. Still got a few figs to ripen up, and I have a blue something Provence as well that's just sprouted, so I'll plant that down here as well. Cherry of the Rio Grande, this one we had about 10 fruit and they were really good, more like a cherry than a Grumichama. Lemonade, Tangelo, Blood Orange, few fruit. Pomegranates are growing, looking pretty good. There's a fair few on here. I put some in bags, so I'm not sure. I think the fruit fly mainly get in when they split, so we'll see what happens. And that's the peach cot. Since I've taken the ducks away, I didn't realise these are the Pinto Peanuts that I've been trying to grow for ages. I think the ducks kept just nibbling them down, and this one here. So I'm going to take some cuttings and see if I can sort of spread them around. I'd like this whole area to be covered with that. Starfruit have flowered and starting to set little fruit. This is the black Brazilian cherry. Had a few up there. They're pretty good. They're like my red one, which is quite sweet. The other starfruit flowered as well. This one didn't look quite as good. Bruno and Rossapote, Peruzzi Sapodilla. The Arusha Southop has actually grown in heaps since I put it next to the compost. The Rose Apple's got heaps of new growth, and this is where the Florida Prince and Gulf Gold Plum been put. Okay, down the back, the Carib, Clifford Carib, another soursop. This is a prolific sapodilla that has had flowers on it since I bought it years ago, but has never said anything, so the tree's definitely grown a bit with that recent rain, so fingers crossed we get some fruit. It's a star apple, not sure if it's a green or a purple or what. The peanut butter fruit trees have gone crazy since the rain. Both of them are just covered in flowers, and that one's like 4 meters high. But this one I think eventually I'll pull out and give more room for my Yang Mei or Bayberry. It's got a bit of new growth. Eureka Lemon. Valencia Orange it did flower a while ago, but it's flowering again because of the rain. Miracle Fruit is covered in, there's a fruit there. And there's lots of flowers and small fruit, little green fruit that turn red. the imperial mandarin. It's got lots of little mandarins. It dropped a heap under here with the really hot weather. Dwarf green coconut is still going gangbusters. Kaffir lime, Tahitian lime. Thinking, yeah, I still haven't figured out what's going in here. Maybe Chempedek that I've been promised from somebody. Pisang mass bananas. I think there's one bunch on there somewhere, one of them. Grimy Charmer. The other little dwarf green coconut that gets hammered by these caterpillars that stick the leaves together. They eat mainly palms. You can see that's the last little fruits that we didn't get to on there. Had a fair few fruit on this grimy charmer. Cashew's got all new growth and flowers, and it's actually got a cashew fruit on there. Little red Simone coconut still alive. Dwarf yellow just keeps on not doing anything. All of the jaboticabas have had, up here, all the sabaras have had heaps of flushes of new growth, and I've been foliar feeding all of them. Thrown a Rollinia and a Poshti in here, in amongst gingers, turmeric, cardamom, pisang Ceylon bananas. I've got 2 bunches on at the moment, and another one over here somewhere. I don't grow these like they do commercially because I don't want huge bunches, so I let 2 or 3 fruit at once, so you get smaller bunches, but you're getting them at different times though, because the bananas are over in a week, so I can't get through a whole bunch of bananas in a week. We can dry them, we can freeze them, but there's only so many we can store. These peanut butter fruit have actually flowered, planted last year from seed. I'm sorry, 2 years ago. These are 2 years old, these 3. Yellow mangosteen has put out some new growth for the first time. Amazing looking leaves, these Garcinias. Lemon drop mangosteen. This one's got flowers and little fruit all over it. Dwarf ambrella keeps ripening up. The other bunch has ripened up. This is the next one that'll start to ripen. Brazilian cherry. It's got lots of flowers on it. Be fruiting soon. Canistal. It's got lots of flowers. I picked the one fruit that I had last year and just ate it a little bit earlier. I just needed to leave it longer. It was still a little bit astringent. Yeah, all of these 6 jaboticabas all put out new growth. So this little lemon drop mangosteen put out new growth for the first time in a few years. It's been in the ground. Some of these take a couple of years before they grow, and then once they start to grow, they sort of speed up as they go along.